Alright, so today is Monday and I'm on my way heading to work now at the moment. So I'm a 9 to 5 worker, and if you are 13 to 20, watch this video. You are not too young to actually start. Building something in life actually takes a while. It takes time. So imagine if you start early, you'll be able to achieve something that people who are way older than you, it took them time to actually achieve. Let me share a story with you. The boy currently today is around 19 years and has achieved a lot of things in his life. Why? Because when he was 13, 14, 15, he was actually working on himself. When his mates were actually feeling they were too young to start building on themselves, they were too young to start building their dreams, they were too young to start working on themselves. He was indoor, locked in, working on himself, because it takes a while, it takes time for you to actually achieve something, for you to build something that is very meaningful. So imagine if you start very early today. If you start today, not waiting till you get older, if you start very young. That's the reason why you see some children achieve something very early in life, because they actually started very early in life. If you head out let's use an analogy. If you head out very early to go to somewhere, you arrive at a destination very early. But if you head out very late to go to somewhere, you arrive very late. So start now, hit the bell. You don't have to be perfect actually, because you have to be in that process for you to get to perfection. So what you have to do is just start today, start building on yourself, start working on yourself, and you know that when your mates are actually starting, that's when you start winning. It's paramount that you're going to fail. It's normal that you're going to have your trying times when you feel like giving up, because I feel the world is going to test you first before it hands you whatever it wants to give you. And that's why I said start early, because when you start very early in life and you failed like for a whole 5 years, it doesn't feel like failure at that moment, especially when you're young and you don't have much responsibility on you, right? There was a guy who was around 10, 11. He started his journey on self-development because he wanted to become a better person. He looked around his family and knew that it's up to him to get into where he wants to be, and he started very early and he kept on pushing. He failed for a very long time, though being young at that moment, it doesn't feel like failure at that moment, because he doesn't have much responsibility. Now, while he was still younger, he was still dependent on his family, but though his family never had what all he wanted in life, right? But he wants a better life. But he started very early and he pushed towards becoming a better person. And 5 years down the line, he became a better person. Now he became the provider of his family. What's the moral of this story? The moral of the story is that when you start very young and you fail throughout those process, but you are very young, you don't see it as much as a failure. You see it as just a trying time, or you see it like you're just playing the game of life, because at the moment you don't have that much responsibility on yourself. See, failure attacks you or holds you down when you have much responsibility. When you look at your right and your left, you know that you have to get something and you don't have the means at the moment to get it. But when you are young and you start very early, even when you are failing and it feels like you're not making any progress, you keep going easily, because at that moment you don't have full responsibility on yourself. So just start now, push harder, and become a better person. This is very, very important. Never stop dreaming and dream big. I'm going to share a story. This is a real life story. There's a young boy. He came from a very modest background. He always admire and aspire for bigger things. Like there's a car that passed now, he'll be like, "Wow, look at that nice car, I'm going to get one." And people around him are always telling him, "Bro, you can't even feed yourself at the moment. Your family is not strong at the moment. You cannot take care of your family at the moment. Your family don't even have something that is worth that amount in their account to even get the tire of that car." And he almost gave up. But thank God now he's on his way back up, trying to fight back regardless of the situation. So what's the moral of the situation? Don't stop dreaming. There are going to be doubters in your life, they are meant to be. Don't stop dreaming and dream big. See, it's normal. There are going to be doubters in your life. There are going to be people who feel like those things you're aspiring to achieve is not possible for you at that level. It's normal. That's human being. That's how human beings are, because they don't have those kind of aspiration for themselves at the moment, and you having it, they see it like it's being way outrageous or it's being too big. So, but don't kill that dream, just let it be. There's a book by Napoleon Hill, the think and grow rich. He said before you even aspire for anything, if it's money and success you want, first of all see that thing, like manifest that thing. See that you have it in your possession. Once you have it in your possession, once it's up here, and once you can visualize it, then you can have it. You just have to put the work and keep fighting. So never allow anyone discourage you today. Stand up for yourself and fight. Be delusional. They're going to call you crazy until you become a genius. So keep fighting and keep being strong. People actually laugh at you. People will see you as being crazy, but just be delusional. See yourself as a fighter. See yourself as someone that is going through his journey, and at least you're very young. You have nothing to lose. You can still always start afresh. Now imagine someone who started to become someone who he wants to be at the age of 13 and kept on failing and he kept on failing, but he still has more opportunity because he's still very young. He can always come back and rewrite his story. He can always come back and set better plans. Now that kid who started at 13 or who is 19 or who is 20, who started very early, who is building his life, would never have any regret. Now compare that to a man, let's say that is 60, 70, 80 or 90, who live with regret of not trying because he was scared of people laughing at him when he was very young. So start very young, be a fighter, see yourself that people are going to some people will not believe in you, some people will not be there to push you, some people will there to discourage you, but it's now you. And always remember something: everything outside of you are just opinions. Be yourself. People who will vibe with you will be with you, people who don't want to be with you will go. That particular stuff is even more, is going to filter out people from your life. So that thing that you are unique about, that thing you are scared of putting out there, that thing you are scared of showing to the world, is what makes you unique and differentiate you from every other person in this world. And there are about 7 billion people more than on this earth. There are always people who will always be there with you. Everybody will not be with you. Everybody will not support you. There will be people who speak bad about you, but it's now you who is moving and proving them wrong. You need to have a creator mindset over a consumer mindset. Now I feel in the world we are being distracted with a lot of stuff, and the biggest enemy of man at this particular generation is distraction. Scrolling on TikTok, scrolling on all social media, just being distracted. Every minute counts and time passes very fast when you're just scrolling on all these platforms. Now there's nothing wrong going on this platform, but you need to have like a creator mindset. You need to put out something of your own. You need to create something of your own first before consuming stuff, because if you're able to create out something of your own, you'll be able to consume whatever you want in this life. Now let's give an example. Someone wakes up, two people wakes up in the morning. The first person created something, a product, a service, or opened up a shop, opened up something that he can use to serve people and get money back, and the other person just opened up social media and was just scrolling. Who do you think is going to have a very productive day? Who do you think at the end of the day would cheer himself up and be like, yes, I did something for myself today. I was able to make so and so. I was able to make 1,000 naira. I was able to make $1,000. I was able to make 100 naira. Who do you think? Obviously the person who opened up his shop or who provided the service to a particular people at that moment, right? So you see the difference. Have a creator mindset first before you think about consuming, and you'll be able to consume whatever you want in life. So go out there, keep striving, keep fighting, keep being strong. And these are also lessons to my kid. Watch this video whenever, because these videos are masterclass. Alright guys, so this was the trade I was analyzing last night, and I took an L on this trade, and this is GBP Canadian dollar, and I just took an L this morning on this trade, man. Oh wow. Okay, so I'm actually holding myself accountable on this trade. I took an L in the morning from the position which I entered last night, and I also took an L right now. I analyzed the chart around 12 a.m. in the night, and I set my sell limit, and I woke up to this. So yeah, the account is still in drawdown, and I hope I'm able to pass this challenge, but if not, I'll keep trying.